7 News at 11 starts now. Tonight on 7.
Chicago American 3-3, we're evacuating.
We didn't get in the air, and the right, seemed like the right side engine blew.
Part of a plane turns into melted metal.
Oh, my God.
When it is torched before takeoff.
Just frightening. Passengers screaming and coughing as they scrambled off that plane.
When they turned around, they saw what caused the evacuation. Flames and a huge plume of black smoke. The night team's Ryan Schulteis here in our newsroom with the latest. Ryan?
Adam, tonight investigators are trying to figure out how this happened. Look at the smoke, the flames right there.
This is a late edition of 7 News. Tonight on 7. True or false?
Without his gun, he cocked it, put it to my forehead.
Does an American swimmer's story hold water? A judge in Rio wants to know. Was Ryan lying?
And there is breaking news surrounding that robbery in Rio tonight. 2 other members of the U.S. swim team getting pulled from their flight home just as they were headed back to the United States.
A judge is questioning their story of a weekend robbery and wants the swimmers to answer some more questions. Let's get right out to the night team's Nancy Chen, who's live once again in Rio with the latest. Nancy?
Now, from the night team, welcome back.
Follows forward, driving the pile to the end zone. Touchdown, Patriots.
It's a fresh start for the Patriots with a fresh face leading the way. Tonight, 7's live in Arizona as the Pats celebrate a Week 1 win in a Sunday night showdown.
And there's more news tonight. A health scare for Hillary Clinton. Unsteady on her feet. New details from her doctor tonight about the illness she's battling.
Temperatures take a dive overnight. Some of us could dip into the 40s.
Remembering fallen heroes 15 years later, Massachusetts and the nation pause to honor the lives lost on 9/11.
And up in flames in the middle of the road. Strangers rush in to rescue the driver trapped inside.
This is a late edition of 7 News at 11. No Brady, no Gronk, no problem. It's a hot start in the desert as the Pats score a sizzling win.
Lots it down the left side. Hogan wide open. Has it in the pending stride. Goodbye.
Jimmy G making a good first impression.
Where Josh McDaniels is pulling out all the tricks here so far for Jimmy Garoppolo.
In the air and on the ground, we've got all the hard-hitting moments from the Patriots' strong start.
How about that? Takes just 1 game for Jimmy Garoppolo to get his first win.
And an exciting nail-biter out west. Jimmy G and the Pats got off to a fast start with Garoppolo throwing his first touchdown of the season in the first quarter.
And for the rest of the game, the Pats were grinding it out with the help of some tough bruising running from Garrett Blunt.
We have night team coverage of the Pats' Week 1 win out west, beginning with our sports director, Joe Emersino, here in our newsroom.
All right, Jimmy Garoppolo and the Patriots shocked the Cardinals in this season opener. The Pats led all the way to the 4th quarter.
Tonight on 7, Election 2016. A wild ride from the start.
I am officially
running for president of the United States.
From the first debate.
Well, this guy's a joke artist, and this guy's a liar.
Last I heard, we lived in a democratic society.
To New Hampshire.
I still love New Hampshire.
We love the people of New Hampshire.
The convention.
I accept your nomination.
Your nomination.
And the face-to-face showdown.
He is denigrating. He's
Such a nasty one.
trust fund.
It's a presidential race like we've never seen.
I do believe we are stronger together.
We will make America great again.
And the White House isn't the only prize tonight. The New Hampshire Senate race could tip the balance of power. And top topics on the ballot. Charter schools, animal rights, gambling, legalizing marijuana. The big issues, the big races. The night team has it all covered. And it starts right now. This is a special edition of 7 News. Voice your choice.
And Just in tonight, the Associated Press calling the key battleground state of Florida for Donald Trump, narrowing the path of victory for Hillary Clinton significantly. And live tonight, inside Trump headquarters in New York, supporters feeling confident thanks to this lead right now in the electoral vote, that magic number that they're looking to get. Just a few blocks away, Hillary Clinton supporters getting a little nervous as Donald Trump's lead gradually grows as this night goes on. The presidential race, though, still too close to call at this hour.
Now, from the night team, knock, knock. Who's there? A telephone pole.
Crash, bang. I was shaken. I was so nervous.
Cleaning up a mess from a sudden smash.
And a Gloucester woman is counting her blessings.
She was sitting just a few feet away from where that pole landed when it snapped and crashed through her home. The Night Team's Nick Emmons live in Gloucester with the story.
Now, on 7, a store shut down after a disgusting discovery.
Of course I'm angry. People should care about how we spend our money. They don't care.
Tonight, a trip inside the grocery store.
Mice, rodent droppings, a rat, all found at a local Stop and Shop.
So it's closed right now, but customers are concerned about how long these disgusting conditions have gone unchecked, among other things. Night Team's Tim Caputo live in Roxbury with the store's response and the customer concerns.
Yeah, the supermarket has been absolutely packed all evening long. No customers inside, though, just employees and cleaning crews that have been.
Now, from the night team, can you change at 20? This girl from Cambridge can.
Women do important things just like men. Why shouldn't they be on the money?
How she led the way for this historic money makeover.
In fact, just one station there as that young girl gets a big call she's been waiting for.
Huge. The Treasury Secretary phoning in from Washington to let the young girl know her call for change was answered.
This is a late edition of 7 News at 11. Tonight on 7, a painful loss for the Patriots.
There's Rob Gronkowski appears to be going to the locker room.
You don't want anybody getting hurt, especially a key player like him.
It's a huge hit with Gronk gone.
And there's breaking news on Gronk's injury tonight, and it's not good news. The Patriots and the Gronkowski family releasing new information about his injury and saying Gronk could miss the rest of the season.
They confirmed he will undergo surgery tomorrow for a herniated disc. We have night team coverage of this key injury, starting with sports director Joe Amorcino in our newsroom.
The news hitting Patriots fans like a ton of bricks.
7 News at 11 starts now. Tonight on 7.
Train just flew in and never stopped.
It was like, nails on a chalkboard, metal on metal.
Ceiling came down, the columns came down. A couple people were buried under the rubble.
Barreling through barriers, slamming into a station without warning.
People started crying, a few started screaming.
Blood everywhere, there was blood on the floor.
A mangled mess in New Jersey after a commuter crash.
A live look from Hoboken Station in New Jersey, where investigators are still collecting evidence from that devastating crash. Tonight, investigators are still piecing together the moments before impact.
And they're trying to figure out why that train was speeding into the station. We have night team coverage of the investigation, the people on the train, and the technology that could have prevented the crash. We start now with the night team's John Coco, live for us in Hoboken, New Jersey. John?
Now, from the night team, honoring the champ.
One of the great upsets in the heavyweight history.
And his legacy of love.
He saw the good soul in everyone.
He is a free man of faith, sharing the gifts we all have.
And laughter.
I'm so mean, I make medicine sick.
A moving and memorable tribute, remembering the greatest.
A gifted fighter in more ways than one. Muhammad Ali's lasting impact heard through the voices of the men and women who knew him best. Night Team's Tim Caputo joins us with a look at the powerful tribute to this legend.
And Kim, this was an all-day affair in a city that absolutely adored Muhammad Ali.
Now on 7 News at 6.
Oh my God, people are getting shot.
Tragedy in a Florida nightclub.
This was an act of terror and an act of hate.
Innocent lives lost.
I don't know where my son is. No one can tell me where my son is.
A city and a nation in mourning. Terror in Orlando. A live look at Orlando, near the Pulse nightclub, the site of the deadliest mass shooting in U.S. history. 50 people killed, at least 53 others hurt.
Some of the victims are still fighting for their lives in the hospital. The horrific shooting started at 2 in the morning. The shooter equipped with an assault rifle and pistol, firing at anyone and everyone in his path. People at that club trying desperately to escape or to hide.
Tonight, we've learned one of the victims is a Massachusetts native. Stanley Almodovar was from Springfield, a pharmacy technician living in a town about a half hour from Orlando.
Investigators say the shooter was Omar Mateen, a 29-year-old who was born in New York. Law enforcement officers say that he called 911 right before the attack, pledged his loyalty to ISIS, and then started shooting. And he died in a gun battle with police. From the attack to the investigation to that victim with connections to Massachusetts, we have Team 7 coverage of the terror in Orlando. Let's start with 7's Nick Evans at our breaking news desk.
Cam, at the top. 7 News at 11 starts now, tonight on 7. After further review, the call in court stands. Now, Tom Brady may face a supreme struggle.
He's got a long road ahead of him.
After this Deflategate decision.
You know, he's not used to losing often, but Tom Brady is on the losing end tonight in his latest Deflategate appeal.